So today we're going to learn how to take an assessment that you already have in OARS and make it an online assessment. So first you're going to want to log into OARS and then go up to the Assessments tab, click on it, and that will bring you into a different screen where you have district benchmarks, assessments, and items. You want to go all the way to the right side and click on Online Assessment. Once you do that, that'll bring up assessments that you already have online if you've done this before, and if not, you're going to click on New Assessment. And then you're going to choose which assessment you want to put online. So if you scroll through, you can go down and pick whichever one is there. If you want to use one that you have created, you can go to User Created Tests. I'm going to go to a math test for 6th grade math, and we are in Chapter 10. So I'm going to select Holt Math Course 1, Chapter 10, and then go all the way to the bottom and click on Add Assessment. Once you've added the assessment, you need to add a window of time in which the students can take your test. So click on Add Window, and then you want to select the date and time in which the students can go online and take the assessment. If you're doing it during your, say, 3rd period class, then you would want to select the date and the time. So I'm going to select the date. They're going to take this tomorrow at 8 a.m. and my class starts at 8:15, so I'll open the window then, and then it's going to close at, I'll give them a little bit extra time in case if I have kids who run over, 9:30. So then I click on Add Window, and it'll give me a summary of the start date and time, the end, and there's the window that I have for that assessment. Now, if you look at the options here, these are options I have for when this test is up. Randomize allows me to have the questions in different order, and since I'm going to have my entire class in the computer lab taking this assessment, I do want it in random order. Save and continue. Students, as long as they're working within the window of time that you have allotted, they can save their test, log off, and then log back in and continue working on it. The one thing with this is you need to make sure that students are logging back in within the window of time. So if you're doing that, you may want to make sure that your window is fairly large. Delayed score, student scores, they can't see them immediately, and that you can set the time limit as well. And then as font size. So I'm going to go down after you've added the window of time and selected your options. You need to add your students. So click on Add Students, go to Sections. You could also add an intervention group, but I want my 1st period class taking this, so that's what I selected here, and then hit Continue. And it will highlight that there were 33 students in that class that are now allowed to take this test. So hit Continue, and it now tells me that my students are selected to take this test. So now my test is all set up, and I can go back up to Manage Assessments, and you can see that I have down here in the future, it gives me a summary of the time frame that I gave. I gave my kids a lot of time so that they could go back in if they needed to. It tells you how many kids are eligible, how many have started and completed the test, and then there's other options that you can do under the Actions tab. But that is basically, my assessment is now ready to be taken. My students will then go back to the OARS main screen, to their login screen, and they can log in and take the assessment. If you need to change their logins, that will be the next video, but you can also change the students' passwords and all of that. Thank you.